So let's be honest here. The end of the world might not seem like a hilarious subject, but in the new movie, How It Ends, Zoe Lister-Jones and Bradley Whitford managed to do the impossible and make us laugh.
Zoe's character, Liza, spends her last day on Earth on a journey across L.A. And on the way, she runs into a wild cast of characters, including her dad, who's played by Bradley Whitford. And when Liza shares her frustrations with his parenting over the years, he's got a rather interesting response. Check it out.
I said, give it all. Give it all. Come on.
Standing.
Come on.
Okay.
Woo!
Uh-oh. What's that now?
Give it to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Give it all. Give it all. Yeah!
Whoa. Okay.
I want it all so you don't have to carry it anymore because it is mine. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Wow, I'm exhausted. Zoe and Bradley, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you guys. So Zoe, you conceived and wrote, produced, shot this whole thing during a pandemic. Was the pandemic kind of the inspiration, the end? It almost felt like the end of the world at times?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Daryl Wine and I, who co-wrote it with me and co-directed, were trying to navigate this sort of overwhelming onslaught of emotions like we all were at the beginning of quarantine. And we decided to channel it through our work and create a story that does not take place within the pandemic specifically, but is sort of pandemic adjacent. It's an apocalyptic comedy. It's an apocomedy.
I love that. It definitely has to be a new genre. And Bradley, before you even read the script, you kind of signed on, said this is a no-brainer. Why was that?
Zoe is somebody who I had never worked with before, who a lot of my dear friends have worked with over the years, and she's one of these people who not only has ideas but tends to actually execute them. And I love her material. This movie is a perfect example. It's very funny. It's very edgy, but it is the opposite of cynical. It's got this sort of wonderful heart to it. So I knew I wanted to do it. It's more fun than bumper cars in a swimming pool.
Well, I think it's also, I'd imagine, easier to sign up for something when you only have to go to your backyard to shoot your scenes, right?
Yes. We shot in the backyard. It was funny because a couple of days later, we were having sort of neighborhood socially distanced meetings, and it turned out that the neighbors had heard me screaming and were concerned about what's going on. And I was like, oh, no, I was just overacting, just chewing the scenery.
Well, Zoe, other than neighborhood concern for Bradley, it seemed like the movie went off without a hitch, except for, I understand, there was a problem with your footwear?
Yes, yeah. We got through all the COVID safety protocols, no problem, but my high heels were, I would say, probably the most challenging element of filmmaking. I chose them myself on day one and then was locked into them because the whole thing takes place over 24 hours. And as you can see, yeah, I'm like running up and down hills. So they say beauty knows no pain, and that is just not true.
Cruel shoes.
Yeah.
So since we're speaking about the last day on Earth, let's Zoe, start with you. What would you do with your last day on Earth?
I would probably do something similar to my character in the film, which is like eat a lot. I would eat my feelings. I would see the people that I love and try to connect with them. And then I'd like to go to a dance party that also involves eating. I'd like a buffet in the middle of the dance floor where you can kind of just be like double fisting, buffet and moving the body.
Bradley, what would your last meal be for your last day on Earth?
My last meal, on the last day, I would get in bed with Amy Landecker, my wife, and my dogs. But my last meal would be a tuna sandwich on whole wheat toast with fries.
Ooh.
And, yeah.
Interesting choice.
Tuna sandwich.
Very
Interesting way to
I'd like to change my answer. After the dance buffet, I will get into the bed with Bradley and Amy and their dog as well.
Okay, well, it took a turn. All righty.
Just don't bring the tuna sandwich with you.
Bradley, by the way, we want to congratulate you on the Emmy nomination for Handmaid's Tale. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
You.
And,
I'm very lucky.
Okay, and thanks to both of you so much for, first of all, being so much fun, and also for being part of How It Ends. It's in theaters and on digital now.